James Lupton here with Brad Ray. Brad, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you, mate. All good, thanks.
Good stuff. Training hard, deep into camp now. Fighting November the 12th. How's camp been so far?
It's been tough, mate. It's been tough, but I'm enjoying it. It's going to be my first 10 rounder on November 12th, so I'm in uncharted territory. I'm putting work in 12 rounds consistently in the gym, and it's new to me, so it's tough. But I'm getting the rounds out and I'm pushing myself day in day out. So I think I'm going to be more than ready to do these 10 rounds come fight night.
And for those who don't know, what is the differences between training for, say, a 6 or 8 rounder to a 10? Is it a case of just training for longer, or is it different sort of training?
Yeah, so we obviously get the more rounds out. I think a big thing with me has been pacing myself for the rounds, not not sparring 10 rounds at a 6 round pace and blowing the gasket. It's and it takes a bit of time. Takes a bit of time, but I think I'm getting there now, and think I'm in a nice middle ground of setting a high work rate and being able to maintain it for the rounds, as well as not punching myself out, and like I say, going at that faster pace that maybe I have done in previous fights.
Let's talk about, obviously, back at the arena, Manchester, one of your favourite, if not the favourite place to box. How much does it mean to you to fight there again?
Oh, it's class! It's class. The first two times, it's something special. Obviously the first time I boxed there was on very early, hardly anyone in there. Second time I boxed there was on a massive undercard, and near enough sold out. And the fact that I'm kind of making it a regular occurrence now. To be fighting at Manchester Arena is a dream come true, and it's going to be another memorable night, and hopefully, it's going to be the same outcome as it has been the previous two times.
Do you get more nervous or feel more pressure fighting at the arena?
Um, I wouldn't say pressure. I wouldn't say nerves. I think I thrive off it. I think, it gives me that extra couple of percent, that might make the difference on fight night. And especially when you hear the hometown crowd, getting behind me, it means a lot to me, and I think it gives me that extra push, extra bit of motivation. Like I say, I don't really take it as nerves. I think I'd use that energy as a positive.
Not only does the arena make it a big night for you, but also the same evening, Ricky Hatton, you train down his gym. You see a lot of Ricky. He's also fighting on that evening. His exhibition with Barrera has been announced for that evening, and it is on after the Boxer show. It will roll straight onto the Hatton exhibition card. How big is that for you? A Ricky Hatton fan, see from Manchester, to be able to share a card with him essentially.
Yeah, it's class. It's a bit surreal, to be honest. And I'm not sure it's really hit home yet. I think maybe when we get to fight week and you see how much of a big deal it is, I'll be like, wow, this is the Ricky Hatton fight week. But it's great. It's great, and I think it's great for Ricky. It's great for boxing fans who never got the chance to kind of witness that Hatton era. And I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be a part of the night, but at the end of the day, I've got a job to do, and I'm going to put myself forward, and when I've got the job done, arm raised that night. I can sit back, I can enjoy Ricky.
Absolutely. Just talking a little bit about Ricky and Ricky's journey through this exhibition. Obviously, he's cut a lot of weight. He's get back into the ring. He's back in sparring. He's back in training. Have you seen a difference in him personally? We know Ricky's had his struggles mentally over the years. Do you see a more positive Ricky nowadays?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Especially when he's in the gym. I think for me, the fact that obviously this event should have gone ahead July and it got cancelled. I should have been on that show as well. I think for me, in a weird way, it's kind of a positive for Rick. That first camp, he'd done all the hard work, shook the cobwebs off, lost the weight, and he had a lot of things to think about losing the weight. getting the fitness there, starting back sparring, a lot of things were happening at once. Whereas, he got rescheduled. He's come back into training. His weight's down, decent level of fitness. He's been sparring before, so everything's kind of not being thrown at him at the same time. And I think in the long run, although at the time he might not have thought it, I think it's a big positive for Rick that he kind of got a little break and then another camp. So yeah, I think we're going to see an exciting exhibition fight between the two, definitely.
Absolutely. Let's move back onto your fight and your opponent, Tyler Denny. Correct me if I'm wrong, I've seen the talk on social media that this is either a title fight or a title eliminator fight.
Just literally, when's this going out?
You tell me. When can I put it out?
Well, I've just literally got off the phone and I've got some good news anyway. We'll put it that way. Depending on when this goes out, you might know the news or you might have to wait a day or two. But, things are looking good. And, it's a fight that I've been asking for. It was never personal. It was never the Tyler Denny fight I wanted. I wanted what he had. And, I'm very grateful that my team around me, have pushed and have been able to deliver.
Absolutely. And the last time I saw you down the gym, we spoke and the name River Wilson Bent was mentioned. You wanted to look for that fight, and that would have been a title fight we mentioned at the time. Obviously, Tyler Denny drew with him and then beat him, and he looked good as well in beating River Wilson Bent in his last fight out. Now you're fighting him. It shows the sort of fighter you are in terms of you will fight anybody out there at the right time, in the right place, sort of thing. Just talk to me quickly on Denny. What do you make of Denny as a fighter?
He's a very, very good fighter, mate. I think this is by far my toughest fight to date. And, I appreciate he's come up the hard way. He's come up on the small hall shows. He's earned, the right to be where he is now. And he's earned the right to be on some of these big shows. So, I've got nothing but respect for him. As I said before, it's nothing personal. He just has what I want. And I'm sure on November 12th we'll put on a great fight, and then after it we can shake hands and go our separate ways. But at the moment, he's my opponent. He's the man. I've been fixated on for a while because I kind of knew this was the fight that I wanted. And although I think it's going to be a very tough night, I think I've got everything I need to beat him. And if he's going to beat me, he's going to earn it. He's going to deserve it. So fair play to him. I hope he's training hard, and like I said, we can put on a show on November 12th.
Definitely. Now, I know you're not going to give away the game plan as such, but as I mentioned, Denny had a very good performance last time out. I was impressed by his win over Wilson Bent. Have you seen weaknesses and chinks in his armour that you can exploit?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I had, after the first fight with Ben, I thought Denny would win the rematch. So even the build up to that, the rematch between them two, he was the one I was kind of focusing on a bit more because I thought I'd more chance of fighting him. And like I said, I watched the second fight. A lot of things that I'll have to worry about and I'll have to be wary of, and a lot of things where I feel I can exploit. But I think either way, it's going to make for a good fight. I think at some point this fight will catch light, and it'll be. I think we've both got two entertaining styles, and I think it'll be one for the fans to enjoy.
Absolutely, I agree there. Finally, just want to mention Boxer. Obviously, they've done you good since the time you've worked with those guys. Again, like you say earlier, putting you on another show at the arena, which means an awful lot to yourself. Just talking a little bit about those guys, Ben Shalom, Boxer, Sky Sports, and what they've done for you in your career at this stage.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's coming up to a year now. I've been with Boxer, and when I signed with him, I remember having a sit down with my manager Steve Wood and my coach, and we asked a few questions. One of the questions was fighting in Manchester, fighting at Manchester Arena. Another one was in 12 months' time, we want to be in a position ready to fight for a title, and they've delivered. Delivered to exactly the plan 12 months down the line of where we wanted to be. So yeah, can't thank the guys enough. And I've said it before. I think the team I've got now around me is a team that can really push me on now and get me to the point of career I want to be at. Hopefully, we can have a sit down soon and plan out the next 12 months. And in 12 months' time, we'll be, me and you'll be on an interview, and I can say, right, and they've delivered again and where we want to be. It's my team are delivering, and it's just down to me to deliver in the ring now and to kind of repay them.
You mentioned they've delivered on the few points that you mentioned there. It's obviously a good fit for the both of you. Are you on a fight by fight basis with them? Do you have like a certain time frame on your contract with Boxer? What's your situation with that?
So I had 3 fights with him, which them 3 fights have come to an end now. Looks like they want me for another 3 because they've got me a match up. So hopefully, I'm gonna be with Boxer for a minimum 3 more fights. But like I said, if they keep delivering and what they say they're gonna deliver and they keep doing what they're doing, I'm extremely happy here. They're looking after me, and I think the path that my career is on now, is we're aligned. They're happy, I'm happy, and like I say, it's down to me now. They'll get me the fights, and I've just got to keep winning.
Absolutely. Well, Brad, appreciate your time today as always. Thank you very much. Best of luck for November 12th, but I'm sure we'll catch up before then.
Don't mind. Speak soon.